Why password managers are still safer than the alternatives. Hi everyone, Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. Question I got some time ago. Recently I tried to use RoboForm for an account at a large financial institution, but I couldn't get it to work. In response to my inquiry, the institution said they do not permit login using credentials that are stored on software because the security of the password could become jeopardized if my computer were hacked, invaded, etc. Is this true? Am I safer not to use tools like RoboForm? Some believe that using password managers presents a single point of failure. Very technically, they are correct. If someone gains access to your password manager, they have access to everything in it. Not so technically, I believe that they are seriously misguided. Using a good password manager is significantly safer than any other alternative. So let's take a look at security best practices. Password security demands that you have long, strong passwords, long and complex. Keep them nowhere but in your head, memorable. Use a different password on every site or service, unique. Yeah, that would be ideal. And without using a password manager, it's also completely impractical. Those requirements simply cannot be met all at the same time. At least one, if not two, will be compromised without the aid of a password vault. So, without a password manager, you'll compromise your security in some way. You'll choose a less secure, easy-to-remember password, short and or not complex. You'll use the same password at multiple sites. In other words, not unique. You'll save the password using technology that is not secure. Any of those can significantly compromise your security. Now, with a password manager, well, they make these best practices trivially easy. Using a password manager allows you to generate and use secure, complex, and appropriately long passwords. Avoid the need to remember passwords yourself. Use different passwords on different sites. These are things that people don't do unless they have a tool in place to help them. Password managers are specifically designed to securely do exactly that. Now, most password managers add several features that make improved security even more convenient. They can synchronize your information across multiple devices, be used, obviously, on multiple devices, automatically fill in not just passwords, but common web forms, and securely store other types of information. And they do all of that with much more security than almost all alternatives. It's true that if your computer is compromised, all bets are off. Malware could gain access to whatever it is you have stored on the computer. For example, when I'm logged into my password manager, all the information could technically be available to software running on my machine, good software or bad. That's a serious concern and not to be taken lightly. But it's a concern that exists regardless of whether you use a password manager or not. All bets are off if a keylogger captures what you enter when you log into your bank account. Avoiding a password manager doesn't increase your security one whit. But are they safe? Password managers are safer than any practical alternative. There are no absolutes. That, too, is a practical reality. There's no such thing as absolute security. As I said earlier, if you fall victim to malware, all bets are off, no matter what technique you're using. Password managers are the safest way to keep a record of your online account information, but they are no safer than the master password you use to access the password manager and your own ability to use your computer safely. That last one scares most people, but my claim is that using password managers is, in fact, one way to use your computer more safely. Okay, what I do. I keep my machines secure by doing the things you hear over and over and over again. I keep software up to date. I run scans regularly. I avoid malicious websites and downloads. I do not fall for phishing scams and so on. I use 1Password to manage all of my passwords and additional security information. I use two-factor authentication to access my 1Password vault. You can't get into my 1Password account even if you know my master password. To get access, you need both my master password and my mobile phone. I have 1Password automatically log out after some amount of time on any device I'm not 100% certain won't get stolen or accessed without my permission. I keep my master password secure and complex. I back up my 1Password vault regularly. I'm not going to claim that it's impossible for anything to happen. That would be a very foolish claim. I am, however, very satisfied with the risks and the trade-offs, and I'm absolutely convinced that using 1Password or any reputable password manager keeps me as safe as is possible and much safer than not using one at all. Let's face it, even doing business offline has risks and trade-offs. Use a password manager, please. For updates, for comments, for links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/5555. I'm Leo Notenboom, and this is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.